trials, we got 2 weapons in Ironbanner, and I am simply more interested in Crimils, so that's what I'll be covering first. Crimilsdagger is a 120 RPM Hake hand cannon from Ironbanner. It has 60 range, 31 stability, 31 handling, 24 reload speed, 67 aim assist, and 21 AE. Being from Ironbanner, it has access to both Skulking Wolf and Hake Breach armaments. Skulking Wolf will make you disappear from the radar upon getting a kill with low health, whilst Breach armaments will make you deal more damage to constructs such as barricades, bulwark turrets, stasis crystals, etc., which makes both of them stellar options for PvP, with obviously less use in PvE, as going off radar is essentially useless there. However, Crimils has literally 0 use in PvE anyway, as its perk selection is just kind of bad there, as it has 0 ad-clip perks. In the 3rd column, it has Enlightened Action, Slideways, Air Trigger, Strategist, Moving Target, and Outlaw. In the 4th column, it then has Kill Clip, Explosive Payload, Zen Moment, Opening Shot, Adagio, and Precision Instrument. Whilst it can technically be usable, you'd literally be better off using anything else, I'll be honest. There's quite legitimately no reason to actually use this in PvE. You'd be better off using the Vanguard 120 you can get from just doing strikes. If you really want a kinetic slot 120 hand cannon for any reason, I would like to point you towards the Something New or Round Robin, as they are the only 2 120s that are actually that clip perks, and Stosis will be back soon, making Something New actually attainable. For PvP, its worth will depend on basically what you want out of it. Even though the other hand cannons are slightly worse statistically, having to grind out Ironbanner is arguably worse than getting a True Prophecy, Round Robin, or even just grabbing Malediction from the past exotic kiosk in the tower. This is because they can basically do what the generic role of Crimils can already do by a 2-head 1 body at certain resilience levels. Which just doesn't really seem worth it in my opinion, considering what the others have to offer without the need to grind Ironbanner for 2 weeks straight with the hope of getting a actual decent roll. But anyway, if you want the generic, this is a good 120 RPM hand cannon roll, I would use Enlightened Action or preferably Slideways with Precision Instrument. Enlightened Action will give you a bit of extra handling and reload speed of each shot and should equal up to 38 handling and reload speed after a single kill. And will max out at 50 handling and reload speed. Slideways will give you 20 stability and handling for 3 seconds however, or just sliding, which whilst being a lower stat buff, it doesn't require hitting or killing a target and grants stability over reload speed, which I would argue is more of an important stat on 120 RPM hand cannons. That is not to say reload speed isn't important, however, due to Crimils' its magazine size, so it'll really come down to personal preference as to which perk is better to use in your opinion. Precision Instrument is good as it'll give you the damage boost needed to slightly, and I mean slightly, go out of Crimils' full off distance, and will let you 2-head 1 body 10 resolve players to neutral. But considering how niche of a case that really is in most PvP, I don't really think it's needed myself, but it is objectively quite good. Your next option will really be a 2-tapper roll, where you'll just want to use Kill Clip or Adagio in order to kill people. Adagio is better and worse than Kill Clip as it'll decrease the RPM to 100, meaning it'll fire slower and be more punishing if you miss a shot, but it has the ability to 2-shot up to 10 and resolve, and doesn't require a reload in order to proc, unlike Kill Clip, which will obviously stay at the 120 RPM fire rate you're used to with progressive hand cannons. It requires a reload and only gives a 25% damage buff, meaning you'll 2-tap up to tier 5 resolve. However, with a slight damage buff such as Radiance, which with Prismatic is basically everywhere, or a Surge buff, you can 2-tap up to all resolve if you have enough Surges on. With 2 Surges it'll be up to all resolve, and with 1 you can 2-tap up to 2 hit points. So it's another case of really just take your pick. I myself would prefer to use Kill Clip, as even if I don't get the 2-hit kill, I can still follow up with a body shot in the same time to kill I normally would, unlike with Adagio. My personal gold roll is a bit different to these however, and is pretty much the entire reason I think it's worth getting. This roll does exist on the Better Devils as well, and is something I'm currently trying to obtain on it. This roll is Air Trigger and Zen Moment, or what I like to dub as the Shoot Straight Cannon. Air Trigger, for those who don't know, will increase your reserves, which is very amazing. It'll also grant you increased reload speed and accuracy whilst in the air at the cost of a aim assist penalty. This on a hand cannon is very good, as now we have the AE helmet mod, and stacking that with an Icarus grip and air trigger will give you what I believe is 100% accuracy. The cost for this is that it's just a bit harder to hit shots. However, that is something I am completely fine with, as it feels very rewarding when I do manage to hit in our free taps, and allows me to be significantly freer with my gameplay, knowing I will always hit my shots so long as I'm actually playing well. Obviously, if Crimils had aerosol, for example, that would just be better, as you'd be able to get similar accuracy without as much of an aim assist penalty, therefore allowing you to hit more shots without having to be as good at aiming. But as someone who loved gut shot straight before they removed what made it so unique to me, plus piece 2 head 1 body 140 hand cannons, I quite love using it. Zen Moment is also here instead of opening shot, as despite opening shot's great aim assist penalty, which you think would be really good with air trigger, Zen Moments will give us some much needed flinch resist and less visual recoil, allowing us to make hitting shots just a little easier, and is something you pretty much just need for a 120 RPM hand cannon. However, opening shot is a pretty decent option if you ever need to just guarantee that that first shot always hits, due to its crazy good aim assist bonus and range increase. So overall, I would personally recommend farming for air trigger Zen Moments. Otherwise, I would say it's just more worth your time to go farm a different 120 RPM hand cannon, as it will most likely do what you're looking for without the need to play Iron Banner and requiring an excess of luck to get the exact roll you're looking for within the 2-week time period. So yeah, I believe that's all I really got to say today. I promise that Cerberus video will exist eventually, and it'll either be better Devils or Righteous Care next week, depending on how awful PvP is next week. So yeah, like, comment, sub, and adios.